Hello, everyone. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for popping by. I only have one really simple, quick, and easy fall DIY to share with you guys, but one is better than none, right? Anyways, for those of you that are new here, my name is Camaro, and I like to do all sorts of DIYs, on a budget using items from Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Target, Dollar Spot, Walmart, etc. I also really like to do thrift flips and furniture, refinishing, refurbishing, all that fun stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in too, definitely hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, let's jump right into it. So for this project, I'm going to be using 3 of these little wooden pumpkin pieces from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to start by taking some of my white Waverly chalk paint, and I'm going to give that like a kind of dry brush coat over all of the outer surfaces. I did do some of the inner surfaces, but not all the way into the box because you're not going to really see that part once I am finished with these. So it wasn't really necessary for me to paint every square inch of these. So next I am taking some E6000 and some hot glue. And I'm just going to start with the E6000. I'm going to add a couple little dabs on the outer side of the middle pumpkin. You can see I have, one on the left, one in the middle, one on the right side. So I'm going to be adding my glue to the pumpkin that's in the middle. So I'm just adding a couple dabs of that hot glue, kind of like in 3 little spots, and I'm leaving some gaps in between. And the gaps are where I will be putting my hot glue. So that way the 2 glues don't kind of coincide with one another, and they don't like mix, because they don't mix well together. You want to kind of keep them separate so that way they can each work the way that they're supposed to. So once I had my glue in place, I'm just taking the first 2 and I'm gluing those together, and you're gonna kind of have to like overlap those pumpkins. You can see that like the first pumpkin like is outside of the second pumpkin if that makes sense, but you want to kind of make the base as like flush with one another as possible. But here you can see what I'm talking about the pumpkins overlapping one another. So in my opinion, that's what I found like made them fit together the best. So work with it however you see fit. You can have like the 2 outer pumpkins overlapping the middle one, or you can put the 2 side ones behind the middle pumpkin. You know what I mean? Just whatever is aesthetically pleasing to your eye. But here is the all 3 of them glued together. So that's what we have going on so far. Next, I'm going to be taking these wooden words from Hobby Lobby, and they have thankful, grateful, and blessed, and I'm going to be using the thankful and the grateful ones. And I'm just going to start by taking some of my antique wax and a brush, and I'm just going to kind of just brush that over it. I like the natural color to these words, but I just felt in this case they just needed to be a little bit darker, so that way they pop just a little bit more once I glue them onto the front and the back of this little centerpiece. So as I just said, I'm going to take some hot glue, and then I'm just going to glue these kind of at like a little angle right on the front there. And I'm just using hot glue, no need for the E6000 in my opinion. And here is the first side that has the thankful on it. And then I'm just going to do the same exact thing with the little grateful sign. I'm just going to go and take my antique wax and then dry brush that over it. And then I'm just going to glue that down into place on the back of the centerpiece. Alright, and here is what I have so far. I love that it's double-sided because you can flip it around to have the thankful part be seen or the grateful part be seen, or if you have a table that you're going to be walking around, so it's you want both sides to be finished. So next I'm just going to take some of my floral foam, and I cut it to fit into the center like boxes of those little pumpkin pieces, and then I'm just going to take some hot glue and glue those down so that way they're stationed. And then after that I'm going to be taking some of these floral picks from Dollar Tree. They're really pretty this year. I love these colors, and I actually love the color combos together. So stunning. You have like a light like blush pink, a little bit lighter than a blush, and then kind of like a muted blue color, and then the orange. I think they all fit so well together. So I cut them apart, and I'm just placing them here and there until I was happy with the look and the fullness and the placement of the flowers, and that was it for this project. here is how it turned out, and I absolutely love it. This is my second fall piece, of the year. I'm just getting started with my fall decor, so it's kind of, nothing is like set in stone right now, so it's kind of all over the place. But for now, I think it is so stunning, so beautiful, and so versatile as well. You can totally change out the flowers, to make them more neutral if you don't like the, all the colors that I've got going on. But for me personally, I really like the pop of color because the base is so like white and just kind of almost plain, you know what I mean? It needs that color to just kind of jump out at you. But yeah, I love the way that this turned out, and hopefully you guys do too. Hopefully you are planning on making one for yourself. I would love that so much, and feel free to share it with me. All right guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.